been left unanswered until now. I don't understand why the Prime Minister acts as if nothing happened.
I started a magazine called Gedung Cartoon. This is 100% political cartoon where we talk about issues like corruption. But the government banned the magazine immediately. Then the 8 officers came to my office, confiscated that more than 500 copies of the magazine and banned the magazine. During the interrogation, I told them, look, you can ban my books, you can ban my cartoon, but you cannot ban my mind. I will keep drawing until the last drop of my ink. But after the 1MDB scandal in Malaysia, I'm not sure whether I'm the one who's going to end up in prison or the Prime Minister and the wife. I'm lucky to have her actually. She's very cartoonable. She carry a lot of handbags and also ring and shoes. People call her Imelda Marcos of Malaysia or Imelda Rosma. She like to shop.
Najib had a credit card and he'd spent $130,000 in a Chanel store in Honolulu. And we knew from the documents we had that this credit card was being funded by 1MDB money when they were in the Chanel and trying to make a purchase. There was some problem with the credit card, and Najib communicated with Joe to let him know that via BlackBerry messages, because Joe was running Najib's account.
What has triggered this new wave of interest for the ordinary Malaysians, especially in the villages, is the fact that the money from 1MDB, $27 million of it was actually used to buy a diamond necklace for the Prime Minister's wife. With 1MDB money, they bought a diamond 22 carat, $27 million for the wife of the Prime Minister. It's 120 million ringgit for the diamond. And average teacher gets paid 3,000 ringgit a month. And that's 12 months a year. That's 3,333 teachers you can finance with that one diamond for an entire year. There's a lot of teachers. That has aroused a degree of anger. Malaysians are by and large desensitized to corruption, but the scale of it, I think, is waking people up.
Mestilah kita rasa malu kan. Kau bayangkan kalau rumah kau masuk, lepas tu tiba-tiba pertama kali saya berbincang rakan-rakan mahasiswa dan juga anak muda. Orang kata tak boleh demo-demo ni kan, macam ganas sangat. Tapi sampai mana mesej tu boleh sampai kan? Dan seterusnya kami bersepakat untuk adakan satu aksi untuk menyampaikan mesej ini kepada lebih ramai rakyat Malaysia, menjalankan satu demonstrasi.
The
Malaysian people were defrauded on an enormous scale. This is the largest kleptocracy seizure in U.S. history. As alleged in the complaint, funds were stolen under the pretense of having 1MDB invest in an oil exploration joint venture with a foreign partner. But this wasn't a legitimate investment for 1MDB or for the Malaysian people. Instead, the funds transferred to the shell companies were used for the personal enrichment of the corrupt officials and their associates.
Obviously, 50 bottles of Cristal from Saudi and Malaysia is not enough. Guess what? We got a lot of shit coming from Saudi and Malaysia. Bring on 100 bottles of Cristal for everyone.
Jolo, I see you, Jolo. Got Leo at my party, taking shots, never solo. Grade A chorizo, followed by Steve ass miso, miso, miso loco, so loco, so loco, so loco, so mastizo.
They used the money to pay gambling debts at Las Vegas casinos. They rented luxury yachts. Among the purchases was a Bombardier jet with a purchase price of about $35 million.
The U.S. Justice Department is looking to seize $540 million in assets bought with money stolen from Malaysian state fund 1MDB.
Among the assets are jewellery worth millions of dollars gifted to model Miranda Kerr, and artworks by Picasso and Basquiat, gifts to actor Leonardo DiCaprio. Joe Lowe has allegedly embezzled hundreds of millions of dollars from 1MDB to support a luxurious lifestyle and buy such extravagant gifts. A spokesperson for DiCaprio said he will support all efforts to assure that justice is done.
They spent millions on property, some of which is subject to seizure and forfeiture based on the complaint filed today.
Arriving at 1432 Oriole Drive on the left.
There you go. This is the mansion that Jolo bought for himself as a little treat in 2012 for about $39 million. It's mentioned in the Justice Department rulings as one of the mansions that he bought with allegedly stolen Malaysian money. And it's quite a vast palace of a house, just around the corner from his good friend Leonardo DiCaprio. Did he ever actually live in it? I mean, was
he moved furniture into it. There's furniture in there now.
Really?
But no, he had a big Oscar party when he first bought it because some of the neighbors went.
Oh, okay.
Told me they were up there.
Right.
Looked around, thought it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to rub elbows with Leo and his other neighbors. And
you haven't ever seen him, have you?
No, nobody's seen him in 2 years, apparently.
Yeah.
Why, are you looking for him?
Yeah. Well,
go ask Leo. I'm sure he knows. He's probably hiding in Leo's basement.
It's a bit cobwebby as well. I don't think they've been there for a while. Looks a bit quiet. No one in.
Well, we don't have full visibility on what Jolo's doing right now. And he's certainly sort of gone under the radar. Got the number of this guy, right, who probably was there. So I'm gonna call him. I'm just trying to like work out when to do it because I don't want to. I mean, it could. You know what I mean? There's a certain amount of risk associated with it, right? I'm just going to try to find equanimity. The boat is believed to be owned by Jolo through an offshore company. You know, we know that his boat was over at the marina, but it's left.
Where the hell is Jolo?
Where is Jolo? I don't know where Jolo is. Do you know where Jolo is?
Nobody knows where.
Well, do you have any information about where he is?
Well, to me, the safest place for him is Malaysia itself.
Uh-huh. Why is that?
Just think of it, right? You know, you have the keys to the kingdom, and where will you keep your person locked up, okay? In the place where you are most secure.
Right. So you think the government of Malaysia is hiding Jolo?
Look, I'm not saying, I'm just asking a question.
No, I understand.
Where is the main character of this whole drama?
The local guys told us that the Equanimity Jolo's boat's out there. If you look over there, I guess that's Yama Point, and it's a kilometre or two off of that out at sea. You can't see it so easily from the mainland, and I guess the headland here is all forested, so it's a pretty secluded spot. They've got that there. So we think it's sort of trying to sort of hide in plain sight so that no one really knows what's going on. A bunch of skiffs have been going out, and a captain came from the boat yesterday, and they've been taking provisions out there. I'm no yacht expert, but it's certainly a super yacht. It has a launch pad for a helicopter, multi-decks. I think it's like 180 feet, and I think it has a crew of 30 people. So it's definitely a yacht that you would notice. So yeah, we saw the boat off the pier in east of Phuket. It was anchored offshore, and then all of a sudden, around 10 p.m. in the evening, starts setting off to the south at a rate of knots and takes off into the open sea. This is a marine tracker. You can see all the boats moving around in real time, and looks like the boat's gone around the southern tip of Phuket and was doing 12 knots, which is, you know, fairly fast speed. And then here it's stopped, and that's 21 hours ago. So, but I imagine they've turned off their identification. It's gone.
We, as the young generation, have to do something. Rise up. Mahasiswa adalah sebagai third force kepada pembangkang maupun kerajaan, tetapi menjadi ejen sembaimbang kepada kedua-duanya. Sebelum rally berlangsung, kami pastikan persiapan-persiapan untuk kita berkumpul, selamat ataupun tidak, urgent arrest, memastikan perjalanan demonstrasi itu berlangsung secara aman.
Tapi masalah di sini, masalah dia kebiasaannya dia akan duduk sini. Ada menteri, ada minta semua. Ya, biasanya macam tu.
I saw the violence with my own eyes. So I know the risk. Two days before the rally, I feel insecure. I realized that someone keep following me. When I organizing student meeting, they keep the company at the back. I hope that I will be safe until the rally. kepada untuk kita tuntut pihak-pihak yang sepatutnya, yang berkuasa, yang bertanggungjawab untuk menangkap individu yang bernama Malaysian Official One yang telah pun
Thank you. Prime Minister Najib helped set up one IMDb in 2009, and he does not seem to be named in any of the court documents that you filed today. Would you rule out implicating him in any of your future investigations or court filings?
We don't have a specific comment on anyone who hasn't been named so far. We are essentially describing the tracing of the assets, the use of the funds, and who was involved in the transactions.
everyone knows who is Malaysian Official One.
Some kind of agreement, though, between U.S. prosecutors and the Malaysian government not to name the Prime Minister.
Our agreement is only to draft a complaint, as we always do in civil forfeiture matters. You'll see that this is a complaint that is against the actual property or assets.
Walaupun sudah terang-terang kita boleh tahu siapa dia Malaysian Official One. Memang sengaja tidak menyebut siapa dia individu Malaysian Official One itu.
Bebas, bebas. Tangkap everyone.
In October of 2015, my LA field office joined the investigation, specifically focusing on Riza Aziz and Red Granite Pictures.
The real question is this: was all this legal? Absolutely fucking not.
Approximately $238 million was wired to Red Granite Capital in Singapore, an entity controlled by Aziz. This money was then used to fund Red Granite Pictures operations, including the production of the film The Wolf of Wall Street.
If it's proven that in fact the money was embezzled from the government of Malaysia, transferred around the world, and ultimately went into the funding of a movie about the story of a man who stole money and moved it around the world, that's the ultimate irony. The parallels between Jolo and Jordan Belfort in The Wolf of Wall Street are amazing. In the early days, very disciplined, very creative, very charismatic. But unfortunately, I think the intoxication of power and wealth, it led him on a very deadly path. When these guys tend to get the money that they get, they forget the definition of the word excess.
I know we're a little unorthodox, we're a little loud in the way we do things, but you gotta understand we're the new guys on the block, you know, trying to make a name for ourselves. But I want you to understand, we don't do anything illegal.
Money bought him power, it bought him access, it bought him